Welcome back to the channel. Glad you're staying with me today. I thought I'd make a video and put my face on the screen, but we got some announcements here today. And the first announcement is, I guess Shenmue isn't over. We got some news. So here we go. Let's jump right into it. We're not gonna waste your time or my time. So Shenmue 3 publishing rights is now at ININ Games. Okay? So this is what's going on. ININ and Usenet are thrilled to announce that publishing rights for the legendary iconic game Shenmue 3 are officially transferred to ININ Games. Following the previous collaboration of Air Twister, this will deepen the relationship with the legendary creator Yu Suzuki and his team. Known for our commitment to celebrating beloved titles and bringing them to new platforms, ININ Games is excited to shepherd Shenmue 3 into its next phase. This exciting transfer coincides with two monumentous milestones: the 25th anniversary of the Shenmue series and the 5th anniversary of Shenmue 3. Since its debut, Shenmue has captivated fans worldwide with its groundbreaking storytelling, immersive open-world gameplay, and its legacy as a pioneer in video game history. Shenmue 3 continues this tradition, keeping the spirit of the saga alive for a new generation of players. With this transfer, the story of Shenmue is far from over. We have exciting plans to celebrate these anniversaries, ensuring that this beloved series continues to thrive and inspire. Keep an eye out for upcoming announcements as we unveil our vision for the next phase of Shenmue's legacy. So, as a Shenmue fan myself, I can remember 1999, I believe, is when it came out, and the first game was groundbreaking. And the Dreamcast died, but then I believe Shenmue 2 was released on the Xbox, and it didn't do so well. And then we all know Shenmue 3 did not do as well. The creator Yu Suzuki is no longer with Sega anymore, and so he did it on his own with his studio. Now, if you remember, a couple years ago, there was a Kickstarter campaign for it, and it reached like over $1 million in a couple hours. So before that, since this game is very old and we may have some new schoolers coming in, let's go back a little bit and tell everyone who don't know what Shenmue is. So, from Wikipedia, Shenmue is a 1999 action-adventure game developed by AM2 of CIR and published by Sega for the Dreamcast. It follows a teenage martial arts Ryo Hazuki as he sets out in revenge for the murder of his father in 1980s Yokosuka, Japan. The player explores an open-world fighting opponents in brawler battles and encountering quick-time events. You ever wonder where quick-time events came from? It was from Shenmue. A lot of games back in the day were, if they were RPG, a lot of them were time-based. So this was groundbreaking back then. The environment detail was considered unpredictable at the time, with numerous interactive 3D objects, a day and night system, variable weather effects, non-player characteristics with daily schedules, and various minigames. So you can see why this was very well received. It was groundbreaking back then. And a lot of games now have those quick time events, weather changes, etc. So it all came from Shenmue, and that's why the fan base is still there to this day. And so a couple weeks ago, ININ Games decided to put out a survey, and I want to show you guys that survey, and I'll link it in the description as well. So, happy birthday, Shenmue. The 25th anniversary of Shenmue's release in Japan is coming soon, while the 5th anniversary of Shenmue 3's release was just celebrated last month. What fantastic milestones for this legendary saga. We know you're eagerly awaiting a statement from us, and we deeply appreciate your patience. Our collaboration with Usenet has been very faithful, but we are carefully reviewing all details. This process takes time, and we thank you for your understanding. In the meantime, we have prepared a quick form with a few questions. Your feedback will be invaluable to us, so please don't hesitate to share your thoughts. So here are the questions that they ask. On which platform would you like to see Shenmue 3? Me personally, all platforms, but I would definitely say start with PlayStation 5 because it's the stronger console in my opinion for the most hardcore gamers. But I would love it to reach anywhere and everywhere: Steam, Nintendo Switch, Xbox, Apple, etc. Right? I want it everywhere. So the next question is, what graphics and performance improvements would you like to see for Shenmue 3? Since it's an old game, it has to play like today's standards. I would say personally, games like Judgment that came out for PS4, it would have to move something like that. It would have to have that look, that certain look. I will also say, just a side note, Ryo Hazuki, while he is looking for his father's killer, there's not much. Uh, his character doesn't really come out as much. Even though he's really angry, you really don't see it. You really don't hear any regrets. It's just kind of just one-liners he says here and there. It's his environment that gets you compelled to finish the game. So I would say give him a bit more personality.
No, that's enough.
He doesn't need to, go outside of his character. He doesn't need to, curse every 5-10 minutes, but just give him more lines to say throughout the game. Okay. So, but yeah, it has to play like today's games, and it has to. I'm sorry, but if you don't have the graphics behind the game, then people who don't know the game, they're just not going to play it. They're going to say, it looks ugly and it's old, so I'm just not playing it. You have to give it that new look, but that old school feel. So you gotta somehow bring in the new schoolers, and you gotta keep the old school fans. Don't change who the character is. Don't change the environment. This is 1980s Japan, right? And so, next question was, what graphics and what's your favorite moment in the whole Shenmue series? That is a good question to ask. I would say the things he has to go through to find who Landy, well, he know who Landy is, but he doesn't know why his dad died, right? We still don't know, even with Shenmue 3. Shenmue 3, one of the things I didn't like about it is that the story barely moved. It was a very short game. I think I was done in like maybe 10 hours, 10-15 hours, you were done. And you still don't know really what's going on, besides the fact he's looking for Landy. But the story didn't progress. It felt like it was rushed. The graphics were nice, don't get me wrong. And then the fighting mechanics was clunky, to be perfectly honest. Shenmue 2, Shenmue 1 fighting, the fighting was a lot better there than it was in Shenmue 3. So to me, this is a big game. It's a big game on the line, and you don't need to rush it. Again, if you don't have the fighting mechanics and it's clunky, people are not going to be interested. And so I would say definitely fix it. Now, of course, I'm ride or die, so I bought the game. I bought all 3 of the games, and regardless of what I saw online, I bought the games, did the campaign that night when I heard about it, and so I'm gonna just keep going with it, whatever happens. But I've never heard of ININ Games either, so that'll be interesting because I'm looking them up as well because I've never heard of them. And so I'm just hoping that this time, and they're making me feel a little better when they say they're taking their time. You've got to take your time with this game, because this game deserves more recognition than what it's getting, to be perfectly honest with you. So, for those players who are hesitant to play because it looks so old, and yeah, Shenmue 1 and 2 was good for its time, but the graphics and the fighting mechanics may not be what players are used to now. Don't worry about that, because I'm gonna fix that problem. So in my Steam library, you can see the games that I got here, and I have purchased Shenmue 1 and 2. So I'm going to play Shenmue 1 and 2 for you guys with commentary, and we're gonna go through the game together, and you tell me what you like and don't like about it. But all I ask is that you be open-minded and don't close your ears, because it really was a good game. I thought I should make this this review about this because, again, I am a fan and I wanted to have more fans, and I just, you know, I really want this game to be what it should be. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I'll get back with you maybe a couple days from now. I promise to make more videos, more commentary videos, and just stay tuned. There's more to come. Peace.